if you're a futures trader and you weren't sitting short after the first 30 minutes of the market, after the first hour, my question is why. So, as I start to talk to more traders, I'm learning that there's a bit of a disconnect when it comes to being able to read price action, have a strategy or an edge, whatever you want to call it, and actually, executing in the market. There's a huge disconnect. There's a lot of traders who are very, very scared, and fearful, right? So fear is a big thing. It's not just that, you don't understand the price action, or, you can't see the setups, but emotionally, psychologically, there's something blocking there. And I've been really working with a lot of traders, and honestly trying to grow my Evolution Traders program to really, deep dive more into the psychology and mindset side of things, because that roadblock is so important, right? If we can start to break through that roadblock of having fear of losing, fear of being wrong, fear of what people are going to think of you, fear of failing yet again, fear of, just having your opinion wrong, right? Fear of spending all of this time sitting in front of the candlesticks just to still lose. Now, that's one of the main reasons why I even, started Evolution Traders, 3-4 years ago, was to help traders get past that, right? Because for so long, before I had a mentor, before I had an edge, before I had a strategy, I was completely lost, right? Like a lot of you guys out there, just completely lost. You have some wins, you really don't understand why you're winning. The market is just hot. You have some loses, and you really never understand why you're actually losing. You never actually give yourself enough time to kind of digest the problems that you're having. You never give yourself enough trades to really understand what you're actually doing right and what you're actually doing wrong. So again, if this is you and you have, fear issues, you have confidence issues, you have trouble, pulling the trigger, Evolution Traders is for you. But what we're looking at here is the NASDAQ 100 futures chart. So we're looking at ticker symbol NQ. We're looking at the 1 hour time frame. Now, we've had a bit of a dead cat bounce for the past 2 days. And on social media, I've seen a lot of, newer traders, saying that, that's the bottom, bears are screwed, market's going back up to all-time highs. And, you have a little bit of a pullback today. So I would imagine that there was some people looking to go long today that realistically probably got themselves trapped and lost some money and or chopped themselves up. And I'm sure there's a basket full of traders out there that, probably watched the market go down today and did not take a trade because they felt that the market was going higher. So that's one thing that I really want a lot of you guys to, is to start ignoring. Is it doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't really matter, how you feel, about the market, or, I don't really care if you think that the market is oversold or overbought. The market doesn't really care, right? This is an open marketplace for a reason. The market can realistically do whatever it wants. It can sit here, for the next 10 days and go absolutely nowhere and just go sideways and trade within a range. And then what's your your counter argument going to be? Well, well, the market this, or, interest rates that, or, well, the Fed this. It doesn't matter, right? Stick to what's in front of your face. Have a clear, like, kind of idea as to what you want to do with your trading. But again, if it doesn't work out in that manner, right? For example, let's say, you wanted to go long today for whatever reason, right? Again, because there's reasons that, we could have continued to push higher today, and the market pulls back. That doesn't mean that you can't go short, right? So I'm also seeing that problem a lot, where you come in with one particular kind of idea or mindset, and you're failing to get past that idea to flip the other way. And it's like, it leads me to believe that it's because you're so emotionally headstrong, right? You have too big of an ego. You're too competitive, right? And I don't mean that we shouldn't be competitive. I think everyone should be competitive. I believe that this business that we're in is highly competitive, and you need to have a competitive edge and a competitive mindset. But having a competitive mindset to be right versus wanting to make money is two different things, okay? So just by looking at this hour chart here, once we broke, in the overnight session, once we really broke through this 200 SMA here, and we put in this top here, we have to be smart as traders. We have to identify this candlestick here. Let me actually draw this again. This candlestick here, right? This little inverse hammer candle, we have to identify that. we have to, as traders, be a lot smarter than what we've been, right? Because, you know, I'm assuming that if you're watching educational type videos like this, you're watching strategy videos like this, you're not, you know, super successful. Maybe you have a string of wins, maybe you have a little bit of levels of consistency, you know, this quarter and the next quarter you kind of give it all back. We need to be a lot more smarter as a trader, and we need to be a lot more quicker with the executions as far as processing information in real time so that we can be profitable. This candlestick here tells me that it's a reversal. Why, right? Does it have to continue to go down? No, but I've seen enough candlesticks like this in a market that's dead cat bouncing over a level of major supply here on a 1 hour chart, which is a 200, that, you know, have no follow through. And when they have no follow through and you see a little bit of an exhaustion candle like this, and then you see an engulfing candle like this one here that opened up right off the bell, you have to be sitting short, right? So, you know, your first short position was 15,085, right? Your stop loss would have been 15,120. Again, if this is too much risk for you, then, you know, either you need to position size down, or you need to adjust the way that you're thinking about the market, right? A lot of people like to trade the NQ because you can make a lot of money, but, you know, you don't want to give that much risk. Everyone wants to risk 2 or 3 handles on the NQ and want to make 100. It just doesn't work that way. If you don't have the bankroll, meaning you don't have the account size to trade the NQ, don't trade the NQ. Trade something like the RTY. Trade something like the S&Ps, right? Trade the spiders. You know, market's continuing to flush down here, so you got a clear indicator to go short off the bell. Now, if you missed this move here because you didn't process this information on this reversal candlestick and you waited for the opening range to kind of, you know, be set here, the bar was here, right? So 15,996, 15,995, this was your next short position. So what you would have wanted to do, okay, is process this information. Not only did we lose the 200 SMA, but we also are sitting right here at the 20. Now we've got a lot more room down. The last area that we had of consolidation that could act as support is in here, right? And if you currently look at where we're trading now, it's where? In the same range, right? So again, does it take a rocket scientist to look at the last level of consolidation? No, right? Does it, you know, take a rocket scientist to understand that if we start to break down a level of support, that potentially we can be coming back down to the previous area that was acting as a troublesome spot before the run up? No. Okay. Now, if you're not understanding that, if you're not processing that information, we've got bigger problems. And not to be mean or not to be put in a bad way towards you, but we've got bigger problems as far as why we're not processing this data, why we're not willing to accept it is the right word. Why are we not willing to accept the fact that price action can come down? Why are we not willing to accept the fact that we need to push our chips to the middle of the table? We need to push out that risk, and we need to let the trade play out. What that means is using a hard stop here, using a hard stop here, right? Entry here or a hard stop there. You've got multiple different technical outlets, right? Multiple different outs that you can use if this trade goes against you. So the only real way that you're going to actually know if this is going to work is by pushing your chips to the table. And what I'm starting to realize by just talking to traders on a day in and day out basis is they don't want to be wrong, right? They want to point they want to point their laser down the hatch, and they want it to hit every single time. And the problem with that is you're going to have days where you point down the hole and you shoot and you're dead on, you're spot on, your analysis is right, it does what you want to do. And there's other days where you're sitting there and you're so for sure and it doesn't do what you want to do, and it mentally messes with you, right? It mentally messes with you to where now you start second guessing everything. What I want you to be clear on is that no two particular setups, no two particular patterns, no two particular trades that you take are tied together. They're not going to correlate together. So it doesn't matter if this one time this setup was this way and it worked, and you found the exact same setup literally to a T and it doesn't work. It doesn't mean anything. They're disconnected. This trade is its own set of probabilities, and this trade is its own set of probabilities. Has nothing to do with the series of trades. Again, I'm really focusing on taking series of trades, and I highly recommend 20, right? So for example, if we are looking to take the first hour's low break, that's this candle here. We're going to take this trade 10 out of 10 times and we're going to let it run. That's it. We're not going to work on anything else. If you get stopped out here or you get stopped out here, that's it. We We get out of the trade and we look for the next one, which is going to be tomorrow. And we do that again and again and again. And that's the problem. A lot of traders don't want to do it. They don't want to have the level of patience that it takes to actually succeed in this business, to give themselves even enough time to see if it's going to work. They want this trade to work out. They want the next one to work out. They want the next one to work out. When they lose, they want to just lose a tiny little bit and they want to win big on the next one. It does not work that way. I don't know how much I can stress that to each individual person. I don't care what strategy you're playing, what entry you're playing, what pattern you're playing. I can give you, in Evolution Traders, I give my traders 4, 5, 6, 7 different ways to take trades. Whether you're going to use the 20 SMA, you're going to use the 200 to kind of correlate, you're going to use the big chart, you're going to use pre-market highs. It doesn't matter. What matters is sticking to the same one over a series of trades. So for example, if you're going to take the opening range breakdown on a 1 hour candlestick, we need to take that trade for 20 trades. If you want to take a 20 SMA scalp, we're going to completely put those data numbers into a separate category. So our opening range breaks, we're going to take 20 trades alike, just like that. If we want to trade 20 SMA scalps, we're going to take 20 trades on 20 SMA scalps. Those are 2 different types of setups. Now, those are going to skew your overall results because you might win on some of these, you might lose on some of these, and then you're going to look at the whole body of work and you're going to be like, well, I'm not really making money either which way. No, you have to look at what do the 20 SMA scalps hit at? What's their win rate? What's your opening range break high and lows win rate? Those are 2 individual strategies. Those are 2 individual sets of data analysis that you need to work on. Then from there, you need to see what fits your trading mentality, your style, your personality best, right? And whichever one fits it best, though, you're going to look for more of those trades. Again, I'm giving out way too much information here that I normally, go over with a lot of guys on my one-on-one sessions in Evolution Traders. But I just wanted to drop this little gem here for some of you guys so you could start to understand what's really going on back here in the back end, right? Because a lot of this trading stuff is not about seeing the patterns, break, retest, new high, right? Stop loss there. Consolidation, right? What are we looking for? Break down, break out, long position there, boom. This is very, very easy to understand, right? Consolidation, break, right? It's like these are very easy chart patterns to understand, right? Like breakout here, entry, consolidation, long here, right? Pullback into the 20 SMA, stop loss goes there, long here, consolidation. What are we waiting for? Break down, break up. Again, not that hard. We lose 20 SMA, take entry here, stop loss goes there, take profits on the way down. Why can we not process this information? So again, if you're looking to really get serious, again, I don't want to work with people who just want to come in, and they just want, someone to give them a winning trade. No, fuck that. Right? What I want to work with is traders who are going to actually develop themselves, not only mentally, but on the charts as well. Put in the work, do the research, journal your trades. I don't need you to buy some software for $100 a month. I don't need you to do that. Go down to the store, your local Walmart, your local whatever, grab a 99-cent notepad and get a $1 pen or whatever, a pack of pens for $2-3 and start writing down your trades, right? Seeing what you're doing on a day in and day out basis. Because I want to trade with traders in Evolution Traders trading floor that are going to make me money. How are you going to make me money? Because you're going to be an asset to the team. How am I going to make you money? Because I'm an asset to you on your team. Okay, it's not like I'm sitting up here at the top and I'm going to make all of this money, or you guys just have to listen to me. No, I'm going to work with you as much as you're going to work with me. That's what it's going to take to build a strong team. This is not a dictatorship. This is an open marketplace where there is nothing but sharks in the water, and we need to be the shark. Okay, we need to be the shark. We need to be scraping cash off. We need to be putting money in our pockets. Me, you, the next person, the guy you trade with next to you in Evolution Traders, you need to make money with him on a day in and day out basis. Don't be shy, right? Don't be shy. If you want to take this seriously, become a lifetime member at Evolution Traders. Let's start building this team up. Let's start getting on the right path. Let's start understanding. Let's start utilizing each other, right? Let me utilize your eyes, utilize my eyes. We can work together. 2 brains are better than 1, right? I might see something that you might not. You might see something and call me out that I don't necessarily see. That's how we work together as a trading team on a trading floor. I'll see all of you guys on the inside.